Yo, what is going on YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video is supports for Season 11. It's only been out for a few days now, but we've been getting some games and we've been trying stuff up, testing stuff up. And we've got an idea of 4 different builds that I've been liking, I've been trying, and that I'm going to use even more to see how much I really like them. The 2 things are, 1, the unlocked glyph amount makes it so you can actually experiment with a bunch of different glyphs, because usually it was I can only go this glyph because this one is so much better than all the other ones, so I have to go this one. Now it's I can go this one that's really OP, I can also this one that's a little niche, this one that's a little niche, and they all feel good together. And on top of that, also Spartan flag feels okay, and one of the builds has Spartan flag in it. You'll have to let me know what you think. It's a little bit more of an aggressive build, but it does feel very good, so that's what we're going to be trying. Starting out with the more backline builds, we'll start with Ganesh, because he was dominant in Season 10, to say the least. In Season 11, he's not much worse. The idea behind this build is to mostly just keep your backline alive, allow them to free cast, and then when they are getting dove, you have 2 different ways to peel. You have one way to peel with Bewitched Dagger, one way to peel with Breastplate of Vigilance, which is reducing the enemy's auto attack damage by 25% for 5 seconds, which is very notable, especially on Assassins. And then I also forgot to go the relics. I have relics in all the other ones. Horrific. You can go Shell, you can go Med. Kind of open with everything else. As you'll see, there's one relic that kind of stands above the rest as the best in class for literally any god in support. But the build is mostly just protections for your backline, silence them, keep them alive. Been testing out Gem a little bit. I think I like it, but I'm not completely sold on it yet, so still just trying stuff out like that. And then Absolution is a little bit of self-survivability. It's always going to feel at least okay. Moving on from Ganesh, Ling Shen. If you've been in a genetic stream at all, he's been really talking about this Mystical Male Domaru combo. On top of that, Pridwin and Stone of Binding gives you just a lot of damage on your dive. So Sentinels, Prophetic, Mystical Male Domaru, Pridwin, Stone of Binding, on top of just being a tanky god because of your survivability, the base damage in your kit, and then like a weird amount of survivability that most gods don't have. They have crit. You don't need to go Spectral. All you have to do is just 1 the enemy ADC. Yes, you lose a little bit of your DPS, but you are reducing a lot of the damage that they're able to do. And then you just go Blink to start the fight, and Horrific Emblem. And you should start to see a pattern with the relics and support. Lastly, the next defensive option. The last defensive option that I've been trying out is Maui with a more defensive style build. No, it doesn't have to be Maui. It can be just about any support, but with Maui, this feels really good, especially with this Amulet of Silence. So this is a somewhat backline heavy comp or god with the same thing as Ganesh. A few glyphs also. Compassion into Thebes. Reverent Pridwin and Bewitched Dagger together. A little bit of survivability to you, a little bit of survivability to your allies and you. Amulet of Silence, I think, is very good right now. And then Breastplate of Vigilance, where if your backliner's getting dove, you just drop the ult to give them that mitigation. Can also maybe pull beads and then punish them with Horrific or something. And then Med is something that I've really liked on Maui forever. And Horrific Emblem is just absolutely busted. We'll go over Horrific Emblem with this last character, Ling Shen. Now, I built this on Bellona first, but I think it's better on Erlang. The extra just mitigations he gets in the ult just makes him feel a little bit tankier. Spartan Flag, Thebes, Phalanx, Shoguns. You can go Cloak. I don't think you need it. You don't really need the cooldown. You might as well get that tankiness early game. And then Kin Size and then Venom Deathbringer. You're sitting at almost 2.5 attack speed with this build after getting Phalanx stacked, because you get 15% with Spartan Flag. And you can just Blink start fights and just outtrade literally anyone. On top of that, Blink and Horrific Emblem. This reduces attack speed and movement speed. This reduces attack speed and movement speed. No, they don't stack, but that means you only have to hit one of them. The reason that Horrific Emblem is so OP right now is it is reducing movement speed. It's reducing damage dealt. It's reducing enemy shields. It's reducing enemy healing for 5 seconds. And if you know, a lot of fights can be sided in 5 seconds, especially with the amount of healing nowadays, the shielding nowadays, and the damage dealt nowadays. Being able to reduce a lot of the value that the enemy can have is incredible. You compare it to these other relics, and it's like night and day difference. Med's good. Med's really good. Is it as good as Horrific? Not even close. Shell's in an okay spot. It's not bad. Is it as good as Horrific? No, not even close. Same with Sprint, Sunder, all these items. They just do not hold a candle to what Horrific Emblem can do. And honestly, we can kind of shift this video a little bit from that early discussion just to what they should do with Horrific Emblem. I think they've got 2 paths, kind of. They have one to keep it as an anti-heal and anti-shield option, and then just make it so the damage dealt is just way smaller, like 5% early game. And then this one, the Emblem of Increasing Peril, is if an enemy deals 10% of an ally's god's health within the duration of the movement speed and damage dealt is increased by like 1%, something like that. Or you have to make it so it only lasts like 2 seconds if it's going to be as strong as it is, or 3 seconds, because this is absurdly broken and it should be Autobot, and I'm not trolling. Every game, you should have a horrific emblem. I said that with like Onk last season, where it's like most games are a good Onk game. This is like 100% even more double down. Every game is a horrific emblem game. Does it have to be level 1? No, not necessarily. Does it have to be level 12 then? Yes. So horrific emblem, absolutely busted. Use it, abuse it, win games with it, because it's phenomenal. But that's the end of the video. Yeah, a little bit of a shorter one. I just wanted to get some builds out there for you guys as you guys start trying stuff in support. Let me know what you guys have been trying in support. Compassions, any Sentinels, War Flags. Have you guys been trying Spartan Flag or Spartan Flag? Do you guys like it? How do you feel about it? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.